If you hear women saying shit like, as a man or a real man would, run, my nigga. She's trying to manipulate you into being a goofy ass nigga. And if you don't fall for it, she's going to try to convince you mentally that you're not a man. A woman will have a list of shit they think real men should do and everything like that. But Lord forbid you tell a woman, hey, I don't think you should wear that out in public. Women get to tell everybody what they should be doing, but can't nobody tell women about themselves. Don't that seem crazy to y'all?
Yes.
Don't let these women bully you mentally into being a goofy and doing whatever they want you to do. And if you don't do it, they make you feel like you're not a man. Stop listening to that shit. Women are not men, so they can't tell you what a man does. You know what I'm saying? You niggas gotta stop being goofies. All you doing is being a slave mentally. And all you get in return after doing what these tell you to do is you get called a man? Okay.
Right. That does sound crazy, right? You already a man. You already know what you are. You don't need a woman to try to tell you or woman-splain what a real man is to them. They don't even know if they're real women. The majority of men really be trying to be respectful. Y'all don't really want to call, a lot of y'all don't really be wanting to call these women out. Y'all really don't. And this is why when we see a few crash outs like on Pop the Balloon and shows who let these women have it, these women be like, oh my God. And everybody, got a problem with it because it's not as common as they want you to think. It's not as common as they want you to think. You don't hear men just going off on women because a lot of men actually respect women. A lot of men don't want to be beefing with a woman. There's no need for that. But some of these women are so out of order and, they need a little reckoning because they're just so disrespectful and so out of order, especially toward men. You have to sometimes stand up. But that's made a lot of women feel more comfortable with doing that. And I think that is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see a problem with a man standing his ground and defending himself against a woman. Because just because she a woman doesn't mean she should be able to sit there and disrespect you, put her hands on you, talk to you crazy, and you just supposed to say, oh, okay. And that's what I see too much. A lot of men just accept that. But when you accept that is teaching them how to treat you. That's why they feel they can do it. And if you say anything, oh, you're the problem. No, hell no. No, and this is where I think the tides are shifting because I don't think men should just sit back and accept a woman disrespecting them just because she's a woman. But this is why they call men sassy now because men are saying, I don't give a damn what you're saying. Look, I'm not going to let you just disrespect me and do whatever to me because you're a woman. Like that doesn't make any sense. And I think once again, and I said this before, a lot of these women don't realize that until somebody do it to their sons. To one of these a woman that's like them, do that to your son, and then you're going to want to beat her ass. You're going to want to fight her. You're going to want to fight her now because you don't want her doing that to your son. But because it's not your son, you don't see it. But yeah, I don't think disrespect should be tolerated from anybody. These people need some home training. You need to go get some home training to know how to talk to people. They don't realize the pickle that they've put themselves in. They don't realize it. They're starting to. When you got 1,000 women at church and not a man in sight who's trying to talk to any of them, and then there's all different kinds of women, all these bad bees in church, and no man is over there checking for not one of them because he's under the assumption y'all all think the same. Y'all are all looking for superficial things from a man. You're not really looking for a good man. You just want a man to come in and pay all your bills and take care of you and your kids. That's it. And these men just are opting out. They don't want that, y'all. And any woman that's watching, if you're in this situation, you look, all I'm gonna say is y'all gotta, it's not about humbling, because I hear a lot of women saying, oh, men will try to humble you. It's not about humbling you. I think it's more like just bringing you back to reality. We live in a country where the majority of people in this country, couples work. The majority of husbands and wives go to work every single day. You got some of them are doctors, nurses. Some of the husbands, are construction workers. They all work for the most part. The majority of people, couples and people in this world, in this country, the majority of people in this country don't make 6 figures. So let that sink in. Y'all are thinking of a small pool of people, and you're making that look as if that's the majority. It's a small percentage of people who make the money that a lot of these women are expecting from men. And then on top of that, you know, that's just a small pool of people. That's not the majority at all. Majority of people in this country, both married and single, everybody mostly work. And they always have. In this economy, you probably need 2 incomes. So it's not unusual for both spouses, the husband and wives and girlfriend, boyfriends to work because y'all got bills to pay. You got a family, y'all both have to work more than likely. So I don't know where they're getting this idea from. This is why I say it's a fantasy, it's a delusional state, because it's not common. That is, you know, these educated women with all these degrees, they don't make a whole lot of money, the majority of them. A lot of them making $35,000 a year. This is why they're looking for a rich man, because they're struggling taking care of themselves. So once again, and I keep hearing people saying this, all these people on social media, which I'm gonna do a video on that as well, of all these people so you get on social media and all of a sudden you're rich. The lifestyle that people are portraying on social media, a lot of it is fake. They're either trying to get you to buy into a narrative that they can benefit off, sell you a course or something. But a lot of these people are not living the lives that they're portraying on these social media streets. And people got to be aware of that. And a lot of these women are looking at that and thinking that that is how they should be living, and then expecting you as a man to come in and provide all of that, when they know that most of these people are not living like that. So once again, it's a facade. It's not a representation of reality. But a lot of these women are taking what they're seeing on reality shows and social media and attributing it to real life and thinking that these men could just become millionaires overnight. Yes, you can make money on social media, but it's still the percentage of people who actually make money on these social media streets pales in comparison to the people who don't. The majority of people who do social media is not making millions of dollars. The overwhelming majority is not making a substantial living on social media. It's a small percentage of people who even make that money comparable to the real world. Most people don't make 6 figures or more. Most people make less than that. This is why they have, both parties working. So it's become a delusional mentality. It's become a delusional state. A lot of women have bought into that narrative and they're trying to push it onto men, and it's just unrealistic. I don't give a damn who you are. It's unrealistic. You see people out here getting married, but they're still working. They didn't quit their jobs and say, oh, now I'm married. Now my husband gonna pay all the bills. Now I can just go have this soft girl life. No, you gotta work. And the more, the merrier. And if people don't start to understand this and realize this, that you have to work together, we're doomed. Well, they're going to be doomed. Because there are people who don't think like that. But once again, those people are going to have to distinguish themselves from the rest. Remove yourselves out of that fake pool and stand out and say, look, I'm not superficial. You literally going to, it's getting to the point where you're all this, oh, I'm not doing this for a man. Oh, I'm not chasing a man. Oh, I'm not trying to go after a man. You gonna have to, that is changing. Y'all got to realize we're not in the traditional world anymore. Y'all created, what some would call the matriarchy, because y'all are out here living y'all best lives by yourselves. Y'all are running things. Y'all doing what y'all want to do. So it's a matriarchy when it comes to that. Y'all not dependent on men. You don't want to. According to y'all don't need a man. But now when things are getting a little tight, money is scarce. Now y'all sitting around here, where all the men at? Now you're thinking about, it sure would be nice to have a man to come split these damn bills. Y'all don't want to go 50-50, but then y'all do be saying, oh, we could come, that look a lot better. I could save a little money if I get somebody to help me. Now these men don't need your help. They're fine doing what they're doing, because your bills is probably way more than his anyway. So him splitting yours is probably at a disadvantage to him. Because remember, a lot of men are much more frugal. Men don't shop like we do. They can go get a small place, and make it nice and be comfortable. We got to go prove something to people. All these bigger high-rise apartments, and show something. You got to show that you're an independent boss chick and you get into the bag, because y'all are all bosses. They love that. I think it's the stupidest thing ever. I do. I'm in total opposition to this whole boss chick mentality. I think it's dumb. I think they're doing themselves a disservice. And if you working and taking care of yourself, I don't need to be called a boss. I don't need everybody to know what I'm doing. I don't want to be called a boss. If you handling business and you taking care of yourself, you just do that. You don't need a pat on the back and a Bonnie Crew Society members to hype you up for what? because you're doing what everybody else do in life. Work and take care of yourself. It's nothing special. But they be so happy to be called, I'm a boss. Okay, whatever. And then you look like a man boss. Y'all happy with that? So yeah, you really gotta go somewhere. Maybe out the country is best, and find some decent women, because a lot of these women are all indoctrinated. They go to college and they come out even worse. And they really believe this stuff. They really believe what they're saying. Even though they're not getting the outcomes, they're going to stand on business, and they really going to just believe in this delusional way of living until it becomes detrimental, you see, until they're hanging on by a thread and they really don't have no help. They're already crying. There's nobody around. Nobody can help me. Nobody can do this and nobody can do that. See, as long as y'all can grandstand on the idea that you don't need a man, but you're taken care of, it's cool. The minute you have problems where you need help and nobody's there to help you, then you're crying. And now you're in your car screaming and wondering why nobody will help you. That's when real life sets in.